I'm gonna upload this and record it on Friday night. It's Friday night right now, so I wonder how many people are actually gonna see it within the 12-hour span of it still being like the Friday night. Because traditionally that's when you would go out and do stuff and be social. I wonder who's doing stuff like that or who's just staying inside. I've never been a big nightlight person. And not because of by choice. I actually like the nightlight. I just like being outside at night. That was one thing I loved about the summer is you could go outside and like I would just go in the swing set in the backyard and just hang out there. Even if it was just me being with my sister and talking about stuff. I just like the feel of night more than day. The thing is, when you're at night, you have to have a purpose. Like, you don't just go out to the grocery store or just go for a walk at night. You have to have a purpose. And I feel like that's not something that I really have at night. Normally people would be going to parties or something, but I don't know, it's weird. Because here's the thing. I've never really been good at keeping up regularly with people. What I mean is just talking to them regularly. I mean, with people I've come into contact through YouTube, if you're one of the people who I have talked to through Facebook or Skype, when I used to do Skype, I don't even log on anymore. But if you have contacted me and been in touch with me at one point, you know that I have a tendency to disappear. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's like panic, if it's anxiety, if it's just fear of rejection, if it's just me being lazy and unable to conquer that. I don't know what it is, but I have trouble just getting outside and keeping up with people regularly when I feel like I'm pressured to keep doing that, to keep up with the people and always talk with them and be in regular communication with them. It's just not something that normally works for me. Like, the thing for me is when I consider someone a friend, I can see them and talk to them and hang out with them some night, and then not talk to them or think about them for 3 months, and then develop contact with them again, and it doesn't feel like any difference to me. I don't know why. Time just goes by really fast in my mind. And when I'm with someone, it seems to go slower, like it's agonizing for some reason. It sort of rejuvenates my mind and my soul, but it's also a little painful. I don't know why. It's so uncomfortable for me. And it really sucks in that sense. But I have to do it. So I almost feel like it's a refueling station. But most people don't like that. They like someone to regularly talk to them, meet up with them at least once a week or a few times a week. Because of this, I've found that I know a lot of people, but I don't keep up with the individual person regularly. The problem, though, is when it's a night like tonight, and I actually feel like maybe I want to do something, maybe I want to step out my comfort zone, I can't find anybody to do anything with. And it's a very unfortunate feeling, because I have had times where people are like, hey, do you want to do this? And I make some excuse, because I can't take it. Like, mentally, I cannot take it. I don't know why. I can't take it, but I just can't. And then if later on, like a month later, I want to do something, or I want to see what they're up to, or I want to invite them to something, they're less receptive, because they thought I maybe was avoiding them. What if I just didn't want to be around them, but now I have something to gain from being around them, like I want to use them? And what if they're afraid of that? That, I think, happens. And they don't want to talk to me. Sometimes I just feel like the timing's not right for me mentally, or if something's going on in my life, but sometimes that ship has sailed, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, I may be interested in talking to them, but that ship has sailed. I can't. And it's not like one time, it's several times. After a while, people just get tired of you not being around, and they don't want to be around you anymore. Or they just forget that you exist. Or maybe they have some weak connection to you, but it's not real strong. They don't think of you as the person to invite when they're going to do something. It's an unfortunate feeling, and I know I do it to myself, and I wish I could do something about that. The thing is, when I went to grade school, I never lived around any of the people that I went to school with. I never really lived around people my age, so like, it was mostly old people around where I lived. So, I didn't have that opportunity where there's just people around. And it's like, hey, want to do something? For me, meeting people is just so contrived, and it's like an effort. Because growing up as a kid, when I did something, it was mostly just playing a video game, or watching TV, or reading a book by myself. That's what it constituted, and to transition out of that, it just doesn't feel right. Because I feel like I've lost that certain skill along the way. And I don't know why. I just feel like it's gone. And I have to do something to regain it, but I don't think I can. I can push myself out there, but it would really help if I had people who I could just talk to at any time, even if I hadn't talked to them in months, and then just do something with them and work with them on that. But most people aren't interested in being your teacher or your mentor. They don't want that position above you because that takes responsibility and effort. And why should they have to do that? What they want is a friend who they can treat as equal. I feel like I've just missed this opportunity to grow in my life, and I don't know if I'll ever get it back or not. I don't know what it is, but it just really sucks. It's like I can have two feelings. One, there's people around and I can do something with them, but I don't want to, so I'm panicking about that. Or two, I can finally want to do something, but there's no one around to do something with. Odds are most people have already gone out to a party or to hang out with friends or to do whatever they're going to do, and it just leaves you feeling alone. I don't know. But on the other hand, like I could just log on Facebook and maybe chat with someone like that. That would be an easy solution, but I don't want to do that either because it's that panic thing. I don't know. It's like the world is complicated and I just need time to sort it out, but I can't. Because you only get a window of opportunity that lasts so long, and then it's gone. It's like, what do you do when it's gone? It's just like you're fully capable of doing things, but because society just expects that you don't do things off the bat, you're not going to do it. It's like when a fat person says they're going to get in shape. Like, I'm going to lose 100 pounds, and you're like, yeah, right. Is it because people are incapable of being healthy or working out? No, it's just because when you get to that point, when you're that overweight, you're the type of person who will not work out. That's how you got there in the first place. And when you're someone my age who's kind of reclusive in some ways, it's not just by chance and I'll just walk out of it. I'm like that because that's part of my personality. And that's part of the life I built for myself. And it's just not part of my personality. It feels wrong to step out of that. So I'm just probably not going to do it. I don't know what to make of it. And it's not a good feeling, but it's my life. Yeah, you know, sometimes people say that they have a bad life, and they wish that they could, like, switch lives with someone. Like, what's that movie, Freaky Friday, when, like, the daughter and the mom switch lives. Or I watched an episode of Family Guy last night, or half an episode, where Peter and Lois, the mom and dad, switched places with Meg and Chris, who were their children. They didn't actually switch lives. They just like, oh, let's switch lives for a bit. Because my life would be so much better if this, or this, or this. I feel like I have a lot of problems in my life, but they're all just caused by my mind. Me not thinking right, me not being a normal human, me desiring reclusivity. I don't even know if that's a word, but me wanting to hide away and just do my own thing until everybody's gone. And then there's no opportunity. I don't know. I just feel like it's all my fault for everything that I deal with, any problem I have, for being alone. It's all my fault, but there's also nothing I can do about it.